Hey, Jasper Nation, what's going on? This is Kevin Ross, Director of Sports Communication and Media Relations at Manhattan College, and we're here for another edition of Jasper Chats with head men's lacrosse coach Drew Kelleher. Drew, how we doing?
Doing awesome, man. Just hanging in there.
Hey, before we start this interview, I want to say congratulations to you and your lovely wife Morgan on the birth of baby Thomas Quinn. How's everybody doing?
They're doing great. Mom's doing really well. It was certainly an adventure to have a baby during COVID-19 in downtown Manhattan, but Tommy is certainly taking a lot of our time, but he's been awesome to have around.
That's great. That's great. Sorry, I call him TQ. I'm already trying to give him that lacrosse name for down the line, but that's great. And Drew, let's just go right into it. Recapping last year, you had some exciting wins, whether it was the dominant victory at Manhattan or the thrill come from behind victory at NGIT. What did you take out of that small sample size?
Yeah, I mean, it was a small sample size, but we're proud of where we were as a team when things ended. 3-3, we certainly would have liked a few more wins. But that's part of going through a season. You got to play your best lacrosse late in the year, and we felt like our best lacrosse was in front of us. We had some guys that really took major steps this year, and we felt culturally we took a really big step. It kind of left us wanting more, which is really exciting.
Yeah, you guys are an interesting spring sport because you started so early that you'd almost gotten to the midpoint of your season. You were getting ready to start conference play. It's like you're always going to have those questions of like what might have happened, but that leads me to my next question is that your senior class was so instrumental for you in building the program up to where you want to take it. What made this group of guys so special?
Just who they were as people. I think we had a really diverse group of characters, which was really fun to have. But they all really jived with a common goal. They were all really strong students, so we really didn't have any issues with making sure guys were graduating. They were all over 3.0. I mean, they stayed out of trouble, most importantly. And then, at the lacrosse facility, they were a joy to be around. I mean, every one of them we loved having in our program, and we're so blessed to have had them for 4 years. And we're lucky to get some of them back.
Yeah, we've seen on Twitter and Instagram over the last couple of weeks that you are going to be having 6 year 12 seniors coming back for a fifth year, which is outstanding. And I just want to highlight one kid that I've gotten a chance to know over the years, and we see was Luke Hansen. I mean, the character of a kid like that, to have him coming back to the program, I feel like he symbolizes that group in terms of what he brings to the table. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, Luke's a really special person to have had around for 4 years. And honestly, he's kind of symbolic of that whole class. There's a lot of guys in that class that are like that. And the coolest part about Luke is he deserves a lot of attention for all that he's accomplished, but he's also the first to point out his peers and say, thank you and for all that they've done, and also say, hey, coach, I want to get some of these guys involved too. And I think that's what's made that whole class really, really cool to have around, and what's made us so proud of them.
Yeah, it's really interesting as I got a chance to work with him about a month ago in a first person essay he wrote. And it was amazing that, he had so many great stats, he's a great performer, but the one thing that he just kept going back to was that he felt like they were changing that culture. And he was just so proud of what he's instilled and what he's leaving behind. And it's really refreshing to see that from a 22-year-old kid, because you really don't see that much. And I know when I found out that he was coming back, I was thrilled that we're going to be lucky to be working with him and the other great seniors that are coming back. And then also, while the seniors were a big part of your program, you also had a lot of outstanding achievement from some of the younger kids. You want to talk about, what some notable performances from last year?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think as a team, we had a lot of really cool moments. We are really strong defensively. Kelson Borisenko has been a 3-year captain who's also coming back, who's had a great career. And, Luke Packer was fantastic at close defense. And then, I certainly can't go far without talking about, our goalie, who, in my opinion, might be the best goalie in Division I lacrosse, Brendan Krebs. We're just so lucky to have that. And Rob Johnson at long stick midfield. And, on the offensive side of things, Liam Walsh had a really big year. And, we had a freshman that was our leading scorer when things wrapped up, in Kyle Gukwa. He was doing a lot of good things, but where I'm most excited about our team is that we can talk about being a team. From we had a core group of 3 senior middies, and Brandon Grinnell, Trevor Pelletier, and Mike Lombardi, who were incredibly dynamic. And we moved CJ Sharf and Tygo Reardon to defensive midfield. The individual stuff is really cool, but I think as a coach, where I've really enjoyed this group the most is seeing the team evolution and seeing guys put aside their personal agendas to see us become a better team. And we really felt we did that this year.
Yeah, no, I have to say that for all your guys, like there's always no sir, yes sir, like they do things the right way. And I think that in today's society, people are so used to taking the shortcut instead of going, the long way. And you can see with your guys and it's good to see good kids succeed. I mean, I think that we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
And then looking ahead to next year, like, a brief overview of the next season. I know we're still months away from that, but
listen, it's all I want to talk about. I'm tired of watching film. I think looking forward to next year. We had a team meeting yesterday, and we talked about we got to make ourselves different. We can't be the same team. We've got to be better. And I think this extended off period is going to really show the character of our team, where who you are when nobody's looking is really going to show. Are you going to find a way to stay in shape? Are you going to find a way to be self-motivated and be a self-starter? That's what we tasked our guys with, while also supporting each other and pushing each other to be better. We do have 6 guys coming back who are seniors, and their resounding theme to us was, we're not doing a victory lap. We're coming back to do it right. And if we are going to come back, we're going to be all in. And I'm so excited to have that culture still be around and hopefully grow as a team and see if we can put our best foot forward and, give these other MAC teams a really good run for their money next season.
Yeah, and I think that after all this inactivity, I don't think you're ever going to have to worry about getting kids motivated for practice for the foreseeable future. I bet they're chomping at the bit to get back there with their teammates. And Drew, thanks so much for joining us today. Wish you and your family, be safe the rest of this COVID, however long it'll be, and we'll see you back on the field come the fall, hopefully.
You too, Kevin. Thanks so much.